All right, everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to be going over the 13 MLB games from yesterday. We are 8 subscribers away from 100, so if you're new to the channel, please join the community. Hit that red button, hit that subscribe button, hoping to hit 100 by the end of the month. That'd be great. It'd be a big accomplishment for the channel. Otherwise, I think we're just going to jump into it. This one's going to be titled Astros 10-game winning streak because, as we know, if a team hits 10 games on this channel, they get a video. So the Astros have made that a dream come true. But we got to wait to see how it ends. They could go to 20 games. They could beat the Oakland A's record. Who knows what's going to happen? I believe it's Cleveland Indians record now, actually, but you know how it is. 13 games, so we're just going to jump into it. If we get any questions along the way, etc., we'll get to them at the end of the video, at the end of all the games. Otherwise, if you're watching this later, join the conversation in the comment section below or whatever. Yeah, the White Sox 4, Pirates 3, and the White Sox have ended their losing streak at 5 games. And they did it against the Pirates, who were also on a pretty good win streak of their own. This game was back and forth, 2-2 after 3, and then White Sox took a lead in the 5th. Garcia hitting his first home run of the season for the White Sox. And for the Pirates, we got no home runs. It was just the top of their order, hitting multi-hit game for a couple of them. Matt Frazier, Hayes, Reynolds, all with 2 hits throughout this game. Hendricks coming in and getting his 19th save of the season. Dylan Cease, 5.2, 107 Ks. He's bouncing back after that rough outing that he had last week. And DeJong was 4.2, 406 Ks. Not too much going on. This was a matinee game, so I didn't get to see too much of it. So if there's anything to add to that, let me know. Because this was the game that had the eyes. On the matinee, Nationals 13, Phillies 12. This game was absolutely crazy. Let's be honest. It was, what was it, 5-0 for the Phillies after 4, and then the Nationals immediately get back in there for a 5-run top of the 5th, including a grand slam, and then Phillies come in right at the bottom of the 5th and get 4 of their own, answer right back to take the lead back up to 9-5. And sure enough, Nationals right after that put up 6. This game was insane. Lots of lead changes, lots of runs. If you're a baseball fan, this is probably the kind of game that you want to watch, unless you're a pitching fan. Then watching pitchers get blown up here, pretty exciting. Schwarber hitting his 19th of the season, and Josh Bell hitting his 10th of the season for a grand slam himself. Jan Kowalski hitting his first of the season. Harper his 10th of the season. McCutchen his 13th of the season, also a grand slam. So we had 2 grand slams in this game. So this was a game of grand slams. Fede goes 4 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 3 walks in the no decision, and Velasquez goes 4.14 earned runs, 5 Ks. This game, it was intense. Lots of runs, lots of runs. It was super exciting matinee game. Espinino comes in for his first save of the season. So he's the guy that comes in long relief, comes in for close situations. Pretty interesting how that works. Baum had a 4-hit night. We had Jankowski had a 3-hit night. Trey Turner, 3-hit night. A bunch of guys with lots of fun. Good game. Tigers 6, Cardinals 2. Cardinals continue to kind of struggle. It's been a rough month or so for the St. Louis Cardinals, and they're not getting it done like they should against teams like Detroit or other teams, for instance. They're now 2 games below 500 in Detroit. They had a good game here. Scope continues to be probably their hottest hitter, if not the hottest hitter in the American League. Cameron hits his 3rd home run of the season, and Scope, just another one, his 15th of the season. This guy has been just on fire. On the other side, we have the Cardinals. Only guys we're getting was 1 hits. Single hits from guys. Nootbaar still made his debut yesterday. He's still in there in the 9th position. Arenado, his 14th home run of the season. Gant goes 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. And Manning, his 2nd start in MLB, 5.2, 2 earned runs, 1 strikeout, and getting his first win of his career. Very nice to see for the young pitcher. Brewers 3, Diamondbacks 2, and the Brewers answered back after giving the Diamondbacks a win on that giant losing streak they were on. They answered back, and they won the next 2 here. And they've been close, and honestly, if it wasn't for some of these, there's pitchers that probably wouldn't have ended as well as it did, but they scrape by and get 2 wins off Arizona, so that's really what they need to keep up in this division with the Cubs. We have no home runs coming from the Brewers side, and Walker hits his 3rd and Escobar his 16th for the Diamondbacks, so both solo shots are the only runs that they're able to get. Brendan Woodruff goes 7-1 earned runs, 9 Ks, giving up 1 of the home runs, and Caleb Smith goes 6-1 earned runs, 6 Ks. He gets the loss, which is unfortunate because it's really a great outing. And some of these Arizona pitchers are starting to come back. We have Smith, Gallen, and that. So are they going to be able to bounce out of being the worst team in baseball? It's possible because pitching's always been their downside, but the bullpen, there's a lot of work to do on its own, right? So moving along with the Giants 9, Angels 3, but let's be honest, this is not. The score does not speak for what kind of game this was. This was 1-1 after 9, and we went to extra innings. And 13 innings this one took, and I can't really recall another game going that many innings this game. There might have been one other. I don't think we've hit 14 innings yet, but it took till the 13th inning, and the Giants just exploded it open with a 7-run inning. I think one interesting thing here, Talkman, who was batting 9th for the Giants, he became the 4th guy in MLB history, something like that, who had 5 strikeouts and a game-winning home run. Or maybe not game-winning, maybe just a home run. Sorry, I read this and I thought it was super cool, but now I forget exactly what it was. But it had to do with 5 strikeouts in a game and a home run, which is probably it, because to get up to bat 6 times in a game in general and have those exact stats, probably pretty rare. But the Giants pull off a nice win here. Yastrzemski, his 10th home run. Talkman, his 4th, like I just talking about. And then on the Angels side, we have Rengifo hitting his 2nd of the season. Gossman goes 7-1 and around 9 Ks. And this amazing pitcher duo as Ohtani answers back the same 6 innings pitched, 1 and around 9 Ks. Both these guys had very good outings. Both these guys are great pitchers. And this was an awesome game, like going 13 innings and then they put up 7. What a way to finish. Rockies 5, Mariners 2, and the Rockies close this one out with a win against the Mariners, which it's pretty good. It was a pretty good series. Both these teams are pretty evenly matched throughout the series. There were some close games. Rockies put up 3 by halfway through, and the Mariners didn't really come too close to coming back. They got 1 in the 6th off a Trammell home run, his 6th of the season, but the Rockies answered back in the 8th and put up a couple insurance runs and carried themselves to the win. Rogers hit his 4th of the season. Trevor Story had 2 home runs in this night, hit up to 8 on the season. He's adding to what he might be worth coming up to this trade deadline. We'll see what that's going to be all about. Marquez goes 8, 1 earned run, 7 Ks for a great outing for him, 6-6. He's starting to settle in here a little bit. His ERA is now back under 4. Sheffield goes 4.1, 3 earned run, 5 Ks in the loss, 5-7 on the season. Moving along with Astros 13, Orioles 0. So Astros laid the beat down basically on the Orioles in this series, getting our win streak up to 10 games, like I said at the top of this. They're running hot. They're one of the hottest teams in baseball. Their offense has been great. Their pitching has been good. Their defense all around just been good. We have a couple guys with multi-hit nights for the Astros. Overall, 17 hits. They had Altuve, 17th home run of the season. Alvarez, his 11th. Toro, his 2nd. And McCormick, his 9th. So we had 4 home runs coming out of the Astros side. Urquidy goes 7-0 earned runs, 6 Ks for a great quality start. And Shellman, 4-6 earned runs and 1 K. In the Orioles loss, and like it's kind of expected. We kind of expect the Orioles to not do so well against the very, very top teams in the league. So not a big surprise in this one. Yankees 6, Royals 5, and this game was a fun one to watch. 2-2 about halfway through. We get into the late innings of this one, and the Yankees found a way to kind of blow it. They were up by 1 going into the 9th. After some runs were exchanged in the 8th, they were up by 1. Chapman walks in the tying run. He walked in, and then he gave up a hit for the go-ahead run, and they were down 5-4 going into the bottom. But Voit, he's back in the lineup, and he hits that walk-off hit that makes all the difference in the bottom of the 9th, and the Yankees find a way to come from behind twice, or maybe 3 times in this game they came from behind to find the win. So a big win for the Yankees in this division, while other teams continuing to win, and the 2 teams ahead of them are playing each other, so they're gaining ground on someone. O'Hearn, his 5th home run of the season, and Santana, his 12th. Odor For the Yankees, his 8th, and Gary Sanchez, his 12th of the season. We have King going 4.22 earned runs, 5 Ks, and Danny Duffy going 2, 0 earned runs, 4 Ks. Danny Duffy, 42 pitches. He's still kind of working his way back or whatever's going on. I'm not quite sure what's going on with Danny Duffy, but he only went 2 innings, which is not starter material right now, right? Moving along, we got Tampa Bay 8th, the Wanderer. He's still going. He had no hits last night, so fell a little bit short. So his average, his OPS, all that's coming down, back down to earth a little bit after that. We have no home runs coming from Boston's side, which, as we know, is a big part of their offense. So basically just had a bunch of guys with single hits on the night, 6 hits as a team. On the other side, Meadows hits his 16th of the season, Zunino his 15th, and Lowe his 14th. So the home runs were out in full force for Tampa Bay, and it was pretty much the difference in this game with the 8-2 victory. Rich Hill goes 5-1 earned run, 5 Ks, and Garrett Richards only lasts 1.2 before giving up 4 earned runs. He had a bunch of walks in there. And when you're giving up walks and home runs, which he gave up too, it's a recipe for disaster, and that's kind of what happened with the Rays last night. A big win for the Rays, bouncing back after losing, and we're going to be going to a rubber match on that one. It'll be exciting. Mets 7, Braves 3. And even though the Mets continue to have injury issues, they're taking care of their division, which is all it's going to take to get in the playoffs. And if they can get in the playoffs, that's all it's going to take to have some healthy guys back. And once you're in, you have a chance. So that's what the Mets are hoping to do, and they got it to a 5-0 lead in this one. Didn't really have to look back. Braves put up a couple in there, but insurance runs late in the game for the Mets were all they needed. Lindor hits his 9th of the season. He had a 2-hit, 3 RBI night. Slowly, maybe that average is starting to creep up. It's 217, so still quite a bit down there. We have Freddie Freeman. His average is definitely creeping up. He had a 4-hit night. And Cartier hits his 2nd of the season. We have Wright going 2, 5 earned runs, and 1 strikeout in his loss. And McGill goes 4.1, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks, and he gets the standing ovation as he leaves the game. We're going to start seeing some names on this Mets team that getting the starting chance, that they're just going to get a chance based on the injuries. It's going to be cool. Edwin Diaz gets a 16th save of the season, and it's clutch. Blue Jays 3, Marlins 1. Back-to-back wins now for the Blue Jays. They're now back 2 games over 500. So after being 5 or 6 games above and then completely crashing down, they're now back in there. George Springer is back in the lineup, batting 136 still, 2nd game now for the Blue Jays. Multi-hit night for Bo Bichette, but not too much. And it's typical Marlins game, low scoring, not a lot of offense. Starling Marte, his 6th home run of the season, but that's the only one in the game. Trevor Rogers goes 5, 306 Ks in his 4th loss of the year. And Robbie Ray, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 6 Ks, only 1 walk. It was a good outing for Robbie. He's actually having a pretty good season. Like, if the Jays knew this was the Robbie Ray they were getting, I think they'd be pretty happy. Romano comes in there and gets his 5th save of the season, Chatwood 11th hold, and the Jays pick up a nice, much-needed win for the same reasons that the Yankees wanted that win. Rangers 5, Athletics 3. Athletics tried. They were down 2-0 going into the late innings here, and they did put up a 3 spot, which gave them the lead, but the Rangers answered right back at the bottom, and they were able to hold it on. Arias Garcia, he's up to 20 home runs on the season. He had 2 last night, including 1 in the 8th, which ended up being the difference. Nate Lowe, his 10th of the season as well. So home run ball is back in Texas, and that's kind of how they find their wins along the way. Sean Murphy hits his 10th, so I think that's back-to-back nights for Sean Murphy with home runs. Kepler-Linen goes 6, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, no decision, and they give Petit the blown save and his first loss of the season. Fulte, he's had a rough year so far, but he actually had a good outing yesterday. 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks, and Fulte, got to be happy with that. No decision, though, so that's kind of unfortunate. Someone blows the save along the way. And we have Rodriguez come in and gets his first save of the season. Last game of the night, we got Padres 5, Dodgers 3. And Padres complete the sweep of the Dodgers. This is huge. Every time I start counting a team down in this division as not high in my power rankings videos, they come out and have a week like this. The Padres kind of fell down to around 9th or so. I think last week they went up a spot, so maybe up to 8th. I'm kind of forgetting, but they're back. They seem to be back. Jake Cronworth definitely being money. I think that's 3 games in a row where he's hit a home run, 11 on the season. Manny Machado his 12th, and Cartini his 6th. So Bauer had a couple of home run issues that kind of led them to losing this one. He gave up 3 earned runs, 10 strikeouts over 6, and 3 of them were home runs. So I think for the most part, that's Bauer's issue, is he gives up home runs. So it's not a super big surprise. Musgrove goes 6, 1 earned run, 5 Ks in the no decision, and then we have a blown save in the bullpen. But then vice versa, they come back, and Melancon does pick up his 23rd league-leading save of the season. The Padres got to be pretty amped about this, and on the other side, Dodgers got to be pretty disappointed. This is very possible if the Giants can hold going forward. That's the wild card game, which is mind-blowing that one of those teams won't be the division leader, but it's possible the way the Giants have been playing. They've been great. But yeah, that pretty much breaks down yesterday's games. We had 13 of them again. Not too much else to add, and we didn't have any comments or anything along the way. I know it's super early. Started this one 5 a.m., but that's how I roll. Wake up with baseball is how the show was originally called. Now it's just whatever happened the day before. But thanks for watching. If you made it this far, hit that like button, subscribe. Like I said, going for 100. We will see you for the next video. Peace.